Welcome back to another episode. My name is Carolina and we're going to talk today about flower patterns. I think flower patterns can be very feminine, and obviously you can wear flower patterns everywhere. You can have a trousers, skirts, dresses, blouses, basically any part of your outfit can have a flower pattern, and they're going to be very feminine, very soft most of the time if the color is going to be soft as well, and it's going to give you this kind of beautiful gentle look. I was never a fan of flower patterns. I don't even have much patterns like this in my wardrobe, but I think especially now that there is this kind of trend that it's coming back as well, and I think even for those of us who don't really own anything in flower pattern, we can start slowly introducing this in our wardrobe. And I want to talk today particularly about dresses, skirts and blouses, because those, to be fair, I think they are the most feminine. Obviously you can have a trousers as well, you can have even flowers on your shoes if you want, but I feel like dresses, skirts, even the dresses and skirts are really essential here, and obviously blouses as well. You can have a beautiful blouse with flower patterns, and that's what we're going to focus today on. We're going to discover this kind of flower patterns even more. First, I think we should talk about dresses, because they are obviously the biggest part of the garment. You can just wear one dress and you're going to be ready to go. I personally think the smaller and like a gentle flowers are a little bit better, but this is really your choice. You need to feel like this particular flower pattern works for me. Colors need to be good for you, because maybe there will be beautiful flower pattern, but it's going to be very strong, and you're going to feel like it's not really comfortable for you. But I have this kind of picture here I wanted to really show you. A lady, she's wearing a beautiful dress, absolutely stunning, she looks gorgeous. This kind of dress that obviously it's a little bit more for special occasions. And this particular dress is absolutely gorgeous, and you can see there is more like a softer type of flowers. It is very like some of the parts are barely visible, so it is like very gentle, introducing this kind of flower pattern in very gentle way. And I think this is absolutely gorgeous. You could wear some dress like this for some kind of beautiful maybe party in the garden. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Obviously you need to be quite warm, because as you can see she has a bare shoulders, and it is quite thin material of the dress as well. I feel like absolutely she looks absolutely gorgeous. One thing probably what I would change is maybe try to choose color of your heels to this kind of pinkish color, rather than go for the red heels, but obviously that's just like personal opinion. I still feel like she looks absolutely gorgeous, and she is a beautiful woman. The flower really, this kind of flower pattern really emphasize on her like femininity. Obviously when I'm talking about dresses, I want to focus more about like this kind of more elegant materials, more elegant dresses, and like dresses that have better structure. Obviously you can also as well purchase like a flowy dress, because those are absolutely stunning as well. Flowy dress I think are gorgeous for the summer, because then there's a wind, maybe you're walking somewhere on the beach or somewhere even in the city, but it's a little bit longer, and this wind like blow through the material. It looks absolutely stunning, this kind of effect. So those flowy dresses are absolutely gorgeous when it comes to that as well. And then obviously choosing just the floral, some kind of flowers on your dress. But if you're thinking about everyday, I would say go for some kind of better structured dresses, even if it's a dress. Obviously during the spring and summer period it's just going to be more appropriate, I would say. During the winter we're trying to choose different type of fabrics, we're trying to choose like more warmer stuff, and not necessarily going for those kind of spring designs. I would say keep those flowers for your warmer warmer weather, warmer type of the year basically. So when it comes to structure, I mean that material is not going to be it's not about finding very thick material now. During the summer and spring you don't really want to feel like it's too warm, but it is about something that is not too transparent, that it's not too thin. Looking for those kind of materials that actually look a little bit more expensive, and they not necessarily need to be very thick. It's just you need to see that it's not like, it doesn't look like cheap polyester. You can still buy a polyester dress, it's nothing wrong about that. It's just you want this finish of the material to look really, really nice and have a nice structure. You don't want really that the material is going to like wrinkle very much or anything like this. So obviously it is, you know, it's every single outfit is going to, every single dress is going to have a different, it's going to be different, and you need to try it, you need to touch it to actually decide if it's going to work for you or not. So my personal opinion is to go and invest in those kind of dresses that are not having like a massive flowers, but those kind of more a little bit gentle flowers, maybe even a medium size of flowers, but those are going to be again more feminine rather than going for those very big flowers, because those are going to be more going in this kind of direction of being more flamboyant, more like a designer, like almost like something creating like art or something like this, you know. So I feel like if you want to have this kind of femininity and this kind of softness to yourself, then to your look, then obviously going for those small patterns is going to be much better for you. And that's in particular when it comes to dresses, because obviously dresses are a big part of the garment, and now if you're going for something very, very big in your face, it's just going to be, it can be really like too much. When it comes to skirts, obviously pleat skirts with some kind of lovely, gorgeous, like delicate flowers would be absolutely fantastic. I would say pleat skirts are going to be probably the best when it comes to this kind of spring weather, again, because they're going to move, they're going to allow you to be more comfortable when you're moving, and it's just going to be something that is just suitable for this type of year. Again, you don't want maybe pencil skirt, maybe that's going to be too much. Those tend to look better when they are just like solid colors. But yes, this kind of pleat skirts are absolutely great when it comes to flower patterns, especially if you're going for something very gentle and very soft. Pleat skirt as well going to be very nice for like every day. You can wear them as well for some kind of occasions that are maybe not too official, but still maybe some kind of nice lunch with friends or something like this. And then we have those kind of other skirts that are having this kind of more like on the circle, made on the circle, having a little bit more structure, and I think those are going to be more elegant than pleat skirts, because they have a little bit better structure, so they're not necessarily very flowy, they have this kind of maybe a little bit more thicker material as well. They're going to just look like they just more elegant, they are maybe made like more like a classic style, something like this basically. So you could obviously still wear that every day, but I feel like they are just better for those kind of little bit more special occasions. And then a pleat skirt is going to be better like for your everyday life. You don't really want to look, if you're going to just have a easy day, maybe going to park, maybe going to meet friends somewhere, maybe just run some errands during the day, you don't really want to look like you are too much, you know, too elegant. You don't want to look like you could go like this to some kind of nice fancy dinner and you wearing skirts or dress like this and you're going to bank, you know. It's finding obviously your outfits and your looks, what kind of looks you're creating for those particular occasions, and you don't want to look like you are out of place. You just want to look like it's your style is effortless and you just like whatever you wear, it just looks fantastic on you, but it's always appropriate for the occasion. Obviously the bigger the flower is going to be, just wanted to mention that as well, and the more like attention they're going to bring to you as well. So if it's going to be and the same comes with colors, if it's stronger color, it's going to bring more attention to you. That's why I feel like personally I prefer to have those kind of gentle little flowers, because you are not putting yourself out there like in the center or anything like that. It's just more modest as well, and I like that. I like about those kind of tiny or little flowers. I like about that that they are a little bit more modest, and those very big flowers or bigger flowers just not going to be so modest. They're going to be more like flamboyant, more fashionable maybe. But obviously there's nothing wrong about wearing bigger flowers as well. I have a picture here that lady, she has this kind of pinkish some kind of jumper blouse, and then she has kind of skirt that is made more like on the circle, and the flowers are a little bit bigger, you know, and obviously she's not like really in your face because the flowers still look very gentle, so there is lovely balance over there. But obviously the first thing when you're looking at her, you can notice those roses. So again, that's just something you need to figure out if it's working for you or not. When it comes to blouses, ladies, obviously you know, there's so many different types, so many different, you know, necklines and everything like that. So just want to really quickly touch on blouses as well, because obviously they are very feminine as well, especially during the summer. You can have something that is a little bit more stretchy, maybe some kind of satin blouse with beautiful flowers as well. So there's lots of different options. Those big flowers as well, it's when you actually choose something that is very, very big, you're going to make a statement, you know, and obviously you need to decide what kind of statement you want to do, how is this going to represent you as a person as well, because maybe it's going to represent you perfectly, like you are this kind of person that really want to show a different type of maybe design, something that is fresh, maybe some kind of new trend, and you want to be part of that, then it's absolutely fine, you know. It's just, as I'm always saying, it's always about finding what works for you. And is it just like is it just something that represents you, who you are, or is it just actually not going to really work for your personality as well? Because I think like fashion should really represent who we are as well. With blouses, what can be tricky, and I think this can be actually much more trickier with blouses than with other part of the garment, it's that there's so many patterns when it, like there's so many flower patterns that you can find, like blouses, tops, that some of them, they don't really look expensive anymore. Some of them, they just look like everyone had this kind of design material, and it's just like copied for so many companies, and they just don't really look expensive. And I'm going to obviously show you those pictures now of those patterns that I personally think if you can avoid it, then don't buy them, because they are like already, you know, it was everywhere, a lot of ladies were wearing them, and just not anymore. You shouldn't wear that anymore. But obviously there are flower patterns that are really nice, they are really like gentle and lovely, but just wanted to show you those that are not so much, so you can basically avoid them, because you don't really want to spend money on something that is just like people like already saw that, and it's just like not anymore, you know, not there anymore. To choose one of materials to always go for those floral patterns, I would say go for silk or some kind of satin. Those going to be always like the best, you know, even if the flower pattern might be like too much or something, those materials always tend to like look better. If you go for some kind of cotton or some kind of stretchy polyester, that's when the problem starts, because they can look like just too cheap, you know, and you don't really want to have this kind of cheap looking piece of the garments basically. Okay ladies, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a thumbs up, and if you didn't subscribe yet, then please click button subscribe. I upload videos 3 times a week, so there's always some kind of content that is coming and coming.